Picture the finish line. Not the race itself, the actual line. You've trained for this for a year. Every morning before work, every weekend you gave up, all pointed at this one stretch of pavement. You cross it. Arms up. People cheering. And somewhere in the dead center of that exact moment, a strange, quiet thought shows up. Is that it? Psychologists call this the arrival fallacy. And today we're looking at why achieving your biggest goals might actually be the quickest way to trigger a real letdown and how to stop running a race you can't win. Achieving the goal and feeling fulfilled by it are two completely different events. Most of us only ever plan for the first one. Coined by researcher Tal Ben-Shahar, the arrival fallacy is the belief that once you reach a particular goal, you'll finally feel satisfied, settled, done. But reaching the goal rarely delivers the lasting feeling you promised yourself. It tends to be a brief spike that fades right back to whatever baseline you were carrying before you even started. Nobody stands at the starting line thinking, this won't actually satisfy me. The whole appeal of the goal depends on believing this achievement will finally quiet the question underneath it. So the letdown, when it comes, feels like a personal failure. Something must be wrong with me if even this didn't work. But it's not a personal failure. It's what happens every time an outer goal gets asked to do inner work. Look at Olympic athletes, some of the most disciplined people on earth. They spend a decade organizing their entire identity around a single day, every meal planned, every relationship secondary. And after the medal ceremony, after the interviews stop, a significant number fall into a deep depression, not because they failed, because they succeeded and the success didn't do what they needed it to do. The structure that organized their life was gone, and underneath it, the question it had been quietly answering was still sitting there, unanswered. This happens everywhere. The promotion you worked years for, the bank account balance you thought would make you feel safe, the book you finished. You get there, and the feeling you were owed leaves in days. The achievement was never the real target. It was a stand-in for something else, something it was supposed to prove. Not, I ran a marathon. Something closer to, I am disciplined enough to matter. Outer goals are the wrong tool for answering inner questions. You can't outachieve an identity-level doubt. You can only temporarily outrun it, and it's always waiting at the next finish line a little further out, asking to be outrun again. If you don't catch this pattern, you can spend 10 years climbing one goal after another, only to realize your ladder was leaning against the wrong wall the entire time. Answering the wrong question with the right effort. Here's a secret test you can run on yourself right now before you waste another year on the next finish line. Ask yourself this question about whatever you're working toward. Would I still do this if no one ever knew I did it? No recognition, no story to tell, no proof to show anyone, just the doing of it, alone, unwitnessed. If the answer is yes, that's purpose. The thing has value, independent of what it proves to anyone watching. If the answer quietly wavers, that's not wrong or shameful. But be honest about which parts of your ambition are pointed at the work itself and which parts are pointed at an audience, even the audience of one inside your head keeping score. This doesn't mean stop chasing goals. It means stop expecting the goal to answer a question it was never equipped to answer. The marathon proves you can run 26 miles. It cannot prove you're enough. So the next time you stand at your finish line, arms up, people cheering, and that quiet question shows up anyway. Is that it? Don't treat it as a sign you chose the wrong goal. Treat it as information. It's telling you where the real work still is, not out there on the next thing to chase. In here, in the question, the achievement was quietly being asked to answer all along. That question was never going to get answered by finishing. It only ever gets answered by finally turning around and looking at it directly.